Hi everyone, welcome back to Colouring Kid. Today I'm going to do a completed our little colouring book collection. Now I do apologise, I'm still not completely better. I've got a bit of a cold, so if I sniff I apologise. I'm going to be doing all of the books that I don't really colour in anymore first to get them out of the way, and then I want to show you the things that I'm actually really happy with and I do still colour. So we start with Fairies. I don't know who this is by. Frederick Warren. Now I don't know if that's a company or whether that's the person, but this is just a tester book. That was the only page that I actually did do though, with watercolours and pencil over the top. This is just some cheap watercolours that I got because I got this book to take on holiday to France. That was some Overstock Neo colours, and these were some cheap 12 set of watercolours, some watercolour pencils that I got. So this is really a tester book, and I don't really want to spend too long on these books because I don't really like them too much. Although I did do a page that I am proud of that I gave to my parents in Fairies, which was a Christmas one. It was the fairy on the Christmas tree. Anyway, so we have Beautiful Creatures, and the only one I have done in this is the grayscale, the ladybird, because I don't really like grayscale and I'm not very good at it. So this was the first time that I properly done something, but I haven't really done anything else. I just really like the pages and I don't want to ruin them, but also I need to get better at it because I don't really know how to do it yet. So this is Animal Kingdom. All of these Millie Marotta books and testers. I've also taken bits of the pages out to make cards. But this is just pencil. These are top model pencils. That's pens actually. But it's top model pencils and W.H. Smith pencils. And this was first page that I did because I wanted to do everything in order. This was with Sharpie actually, but yeah, that is Animal Kingdom. Got Tropical Wonderland. Again, this is a tester book, although I did everything in order. These remind me of the originals, but they weren't. I can't remember what pens they were, pencils even, sorry, but they were quite hard to get any colour out, and I don't have originals, but that's what people have told me. This is the pineapple one. I started some things. That was the snake that I started. And that is practically it. Her style is quite unusual for me, and I don't know, I haven't really got any of her new books. The last one I've got is Curious Creatures after Savannah, but I don't really see myself getting any new ones. This was the huge double page spread that I did. I would never use these bright colours again. I don't use them nowadays. I did this this one, and it was just one colour for each of the elephants, and I pressed harder in some places. So that was that one. And that was the bird. This was meant to be an ombre buffalo herd. Didn't really work because I didn't really do any shading. That was bird. That was some birds, and that was the first time that I tried to come up with a decent colour palette for each of the birds. It didn't really work. None of these I was overly thrilled with, but this is before I had any proper pencils or anything, so this is just colouring for fun, like a kid. This was actually one I was quite happy with. I bought some blender pencils from Derwent, and I used the whole thing up on this pencil background, but oh well. And I watered down some metallic gel pen and some metallic paint, and I just went over tails. And I was actually quite happy with the blending, but and then I ruined it with this disgusting yellow pen background, and I used multiple pens because all my yellows kept running out, and this blue ran out as well, so that was that. That was some sea urchins that I started and never finished, and this mandala again. I actually really like the seahorses, but it's just so detailed I never came back to it. That's Curious Creatures. So now I move on to the only colouring Heaven magazine that I have, which is the Hannah one. I've done one page and a tester on skin, so I was testing out skin there, and that was all pencil. I didn't use marker, but because I live in the UK, I can just go and get these magazines. They're good. And this was the first time properly trying out hair, and I was really happy with how it came out. I did think I went a bit too overboard with the red, just in the way I coloured it, and all the white. I wouldn't use the white Prismacolor now to do that. I've actually got a really good red colour palette that doesn't look too dark, but it's all red at the same time. I really like it. But I don't really see myself colouring in this too much. I'm just not a big fan of the big lines. I mean, some are detailed like that, and then some have really thick lines like that, but we will see. Okay, Morphia is the next one. Again, this is one that was more of a tester book once I actually got nice pencils. So I did this one when my parents were looking for our house, and when we knew which house we were getting and just sorting everything out, me and my brother would sit in the car. So I coloured this one with W.H. Smith pencils and top model pencils. They're the ones, I'm not sure if I mentioned, it's this thing where you can add clothes and hair and the face and everything to a person, and they had a really good set of pencils which I actually really liked. But that was that. That was some watercolour. That was W.H. Smith pencils. Most of this was just tester stuff. That was a chameleon. I was actually really happy with that. I did a watercolour base and then went over. That's that one. The only completed page I have, which I took out, was this double page spread. And I'm actually really happy with this. I did a base on them of Crayola, and then I went over with glitter gel pen, and I had a black glitter gel pen which I went over things, and I actually really like how the bees came out. And I used Sharpie as well, watered down Sharpie, that's it. And then I actually watered down some metallic paint, and I went over the flowers with them, so I was really happy with how this came out, and I didn't want it stuck in the book when I knew I wasn't going to colour in the book anymore, so that's in my portfolio. So now I've got Magical City by Lizzie Barry Cullen. My mum had a huge wooden case of watercolours by W.H. Smith. They're really good. So I was testing them out here, and I know most people use ink tints in these books, but I have 3 open stock ones. I'm just not a big fan. I have some drawing inks that are good though, that I got for Christmas. This is some watered down Neo colours, I think. That was based on a P.T. Hewitt tutorial. I have seen her tutorials using ink tints in this book, but I don't use them. That's that book. Her designs are so intricate, I just don't know if it's really my thing. So we've got Magical Journey now, and I do have more done in this. So this was W.H. Smith in top model. And I was actually pretty happy with this. It's not too bad. I've got the tiny little dots of stickles. I don't use stickles in my books. I use them for cards and things. I don't just do colouring. I'm quite creative. I do other things. I do paper cutting, card making, painting, drawing. So although colouring is primarily what I do, I also play piano and stuff. So I have a lot going on in my spare time, and colouring is one of the main things that I do. So these were watercolour and then pastel background. That's that. Okay, Joanna Basford. So start with Secret Garden. I really don't like this paper. And also the designs are just quite intricate, and I haven't bought a second copy. The first page I did was this one, and I got this book 2014 for Christmas. And I remember because we were going to South Africa the following day, and I took this on the plane with me, and I didn't realise you had to break the spine, so I had it like this. And then maybe a couple of weeks later when I finished it, I cracked the spine finally, and realised that I haven't coloured inside the spine, but I've left it. It's fine. And then I decided, yeah, I'm going to go draw on these, and I had a really thick fine liner that didn't match her lines, and I was 10, so yeah, it wasn't too great. This was just a tester book, and then I thought I'm going to go and draw with pens. This was me and my mum colouring actually on holiday. We colour with each other quite a lot when she has spare time, and she has an Orla Keeley book that she likes to colour in. We've got sunflower, and that's it for Secret Garden. Okay, next we have Enchanted Forest. Again, this is quite an early book. I love the paper in this, and I've bought myself a second copy because I'm not a big fan of what I have coloured. So this was the double page map spread. These were all W.H. Smith or Faber-Castell classics. I had the 24 set, and I've now got the 60, so that's good. And I've got spares when they run out. Again, this was me and my mum colouring together. I think I remember her colouring the stag and the brown in. Oh, that was an awful pen picture that I did. That was some random stuff. That was W.H. Smith pencils. I was trying to use limited colour palettes, didn't really work. This is also tests for Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, even though the paper is quite different. But that's a watercolour. But the pages I have done, I will show you. I've taken them out of the book, and these are now in my portfolio. So this one I did as a practice for Ivy and the Inky Butterfly as well, because I knew there was going to be Ivy and House Mouse on the boat, and they're very similar. So I coloured this one mainly with polychromos, I think, and then it went over with white gel pen. And I like that one because I did a hideous frog with pen on the other side, so I wanted to take it out. I should really mount that on cards so no one can see that. And then this was my tutorial with Peter Hewitt. This one I did with W.H. Smith and Top Model pencils, so I didn't have any of the pencils that she had, but I tried my best, and I will compare it for you because I got another copy of Enchanted Forest. I did the picture again, so I will show you them face to face when that book comes up. Lost Ocean. Again, this is more of a tester book. I got this Christmas 2016, I think. That was the tutorial with Peter Hewitt. That was blending with oil. I didn't think it was too bad. That was Christmas Day. Awful background. These are some jellyfish. That was New Year's Eve colouring. That was for the competition. Joanna Bassett did a competition. I think it was when her Lost Ocean Artist Edition was coming out. Oh, that was a cute seahorse. Watercolour. I did notice that this paper was very white and toothy, and I preferred her ivory or just slightly off-white paper in Enchanted Forest, and now Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and World of Flowers. But yeah, that's it for that one. We have Magical Jungle. As you can see, I started colouring in the cover. Now this one is truly just tester, so I'm just flicking through it here. I absolutely hate everything I've done in here. It's just so... there's nothing complete. Anything that is complete I would take out, but luckily I was given a second copy of it, a brand new one. I haven't done anything in it yet, but I'm glad to have the chance to actually colour in it properly now. So that's that one. This is Jonas Christmas. Again, I didn't have any proper pencils, so the pages that I did complete are with W.H. Smith. That was that one. I had pastels though. My mum had some when she was younger, so I did use those for the backgrounds. So, I've got a huge bunch of completed pictures here. I think I got this Christmas, or I got it before Christmas. I think it was probably 2016. It's that one as well. That was Chris Chang's tutorial that I never finished because I didn't have the pencils that she had. And that is it. I'll show you all the flowers and Ivy and the Ink Butterfly later because they're the ones that I actually colour in. Although because I've completed Ivy and the Ink Butterfly, if you've seen the video, I'm not going to show you that properly because I've already shown you in that video. So this is the new second copy of Enchanted Forest. I started this treasure chest. And this is my second round of Peter Hewitt's tutorial. So I think you can see the difference in the depth of colour and just the shading and everything in the second attempt. I really like it, and I'm so happy that I did it again. It took me ages. I was kind of on and off. I did the first and second part, and then I kind of left it. Yeah, I'm happy that I've finished it. So that is Enchanted Forest. I'm just going to take a drink. Sorry. So this is Magical Delights by Clara Markova. I don't really colour in this anymore, which I'm really sad about, but this was my version of Jen Reading with Pugs. She did this page, and she was one of the first colouring YouTubers that I found, and I wanted mine to look like hers. And so I tried my best, and I'm really happy with it. So that is basically her colour palette. That's in no way my colour palette. It is my own colouring, obviously, but yeah, it's not hers. It's not mine. I think I might have written when I'd done that. So I completed that in a day, and then I completed this one. I think it must have been on... yeah, it was in the summer holidays. Yeah, I did this one, and I didn't take her colours, but she had also done this page, so I wanted to do it as well. That was a fail page. Don't like that one at all. And that was marker. And then practicing skin, it didn't work. That's that one. A Flower Year by Layla Dooley. I've done one page in this, and it was always colouring tutorial. I did the background, and I kind of took her leaves and periwinkle idea, but I searched up the wren and I did my own colours for that. That was with Prismacolor and Polychromos, and that's the only one I've done in that. I've got the mouse guard. I've got two done in this, and I really like the mice. They're really sweet. So this is the first one. These didn't take me very long. I think this probably only took me about an hour, and it's quite nice because of the lines and they're really thick, and my Prismacolors work really well, and I'm more confident using bold colours like this purple in this book because it's quite medieval, and it's also the first time that I was properly using fur, like doing fur. Again with this orange, I probably wouldn't use it that much, but I like how it turned out, and that didn't take me long either. So, and I love the muted background. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's Mouse Guard. Okay, now we come on to the romantic country books. Now, I feel awful that I don't colour in these anymore. I would love to have all three of them again, and I would like the Tracing Around the World book, which I also don't have. But yeah, it's kind of sad. But I'll show you what I have done in this. I'm kind of just going to flick through the things that are just bits because they don't really matter. I hate the green that I used on that page, and at the time I really liked them, but now I know that actually I could do them a lot better. That was testing out my browns. That was an awful watercolour background, and I think that's it, apart from a tiny bit there. So that's number 1. These by Ari. Oh, I'm sure most. Oh, sorry. I'm sure most people have heard of these because they're so popular. That was a colour palette that I really don't like. I never use the Chartreuse anymore. Here's my colour one. Don't like it at all. This was a pencil stash video. I did the first part and didn't come back to it. And this is a sky. I think it was Shirley XLY. She did it in another page, but I did it in this one. These colours are quite bright. This was with W.H. Smith pencils, because I got this book first. I got the second one first, then the first, then the third. And I used a few stickles on there. I don't use stickles though, because they create texture, and I know some people do use them, and that's absolutely fine. I'm just not a big fan. This is the first page that I did, and I'm so happy with it. I used my 72 Prismacolors, and I got this book and the Prismacolors on the same day, and I used those. That was a limited colour palette. That was some testing when we were on holiday. This was the circus themed kind of thing, and then I've got this one, and I actually really like this one, and I used the stickles again on this one. And that is that. So that's number 2. And number 3. So I've done a lot in this one. I just want to do it again. Put that. I've done a lot of bitty things again in this one. I feel so bad. I don't have the money to just buy doubles of everything. That was the first page that I did. That was a Chris Chang tutorial. And then I've done a whole bunch of pages together, so we've got that one. This birthday one. This one, Spring Has Come. And then we've got this huge double page spread. There, this is with Prismacolor and Polychroma, so I probably wouldn't use some of these colours now, but oh well. I've got some potions there. And this is my dragon, which I didn't finish. And that's it. So that's Romantic Country. This was quite a recent purchase, actually. This is the Travelling the World Candy colouring book. You can get this on Etsy. I think you might be able to get it on eBay, but I'm not sure. Now, I planned to do a Christmas picture in this one, but I didn't. And I had it marked out and I didn't do it. This is the one that I have done. And I enjoyed searching up all the different foods. It just took quite a while. This page did take a while, so I have to be committed that something's going to take quite a long time to do if I'm going to do a page in this book. But they're all quite accurate, actually. And I'm happy with that. So that's the only page I've done in that. Rhapsody of the Forest. I can't even remember. Have I done anything in this yet? Oh yeah, I started a chick page. I meant to do stuff in here as well. I got this a year ago. Gosh. That's that one. Although I have done lots in Menuet de Bonheur. This is kind of coming to the books now that I might colour in again. This is where my colouring actually starts to get better. This is a happy birthday one because it was a week before my birthday and I started it, and then I kind of got caught up with Ivy and the Ink Butterfly and didn't finish it. I love this one. My mum loves this one as well. The mushrooms. She absolutely loves mushrooms, and I think she likes the way that I colour them. Okay, we've got this one. I'm quite happy with how the glass turned out. This one is one of my favourites. I referenced everything in this, and I love the colour palette. This one, I feel like the sky could be a bit better, but overall I'm happy. I probably wouldn't use as many bright colours. This again was a rendition of Reading with Pugs and her colours. The background was darker than hers was with the purples, and I tried to make this quite accurate, but these are kind of all my own colours. I wanted to use pastel colours, but they were all kind of my own, so that's how I did it, but I changed it around a bit. This one didn't take me long at all, the budgies. I feel like they could have been a bit more detailed, but I really like these roses, and overall I'm happy, so it's good. Right, I absolutely love this one. I've used these butterflies a lot in other pages, just slightly different. And I'm actually really happy with the kimono. I don't use colours like this much, but I just think I'm actually really proud of it. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. This one I'm happy with. I feel like the background is quite good. I know I did another page in this one, and I'm not too happy with this one. I don't like the red, and I went out the lines a lot. But that's that one, and then I did follow a Chris Chang tutorial, did this one. So that is that one. Sorry. This is Fairy Tales by Emily Lydell Oberg. I prefer Crock Sagna, and I've just got that one, so I'll show you that one a bit later. The blending out, I used to blend with a Prismacolor white pencil. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I prefer to either not use anything and just use lighter colours, or use a blender pencil, and sometimes I use white, but I literally use white for the whole thing, and that's where my white went. And if you want to replace Prismacolors, search Colour Pencil Shop and you can get replacements of Prismacolors. Luminants are cheaper, they're only $2.75 on that website. And yeah, they're overall there. It's a very good service, very good shop. So that's that one again with Prismacolors, and this is when we were doing our school production, and because we were in year 7 or you're right, we were only in the open course, so it took a while for us to be on, so it was quite nice to be able to take some colouring and do it then instead. Okay, Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. This is the only one that I've got by her. I'm just not a big fan of the faces, and there are faces in this one, but I just haven't really done them. So anyway, we've got this one, and I had this colour-a-thon, and I stayed up till 3 in the morning, and I coloured probably from 9 the day previous, so I did get a lot of colouring in. This one took about an hour. I was in the zone. I tried to get them done very, very quickly, and I really like how it turned out, and I put glitter on the 2 bugs. Where's my other one? I've done another one. This was for Always Colouring, and it was a memory of her when she sadly passed away. I printed off a picture of hers and Peter Hewitt's version, and I combined them. Mostly it was hers. I followed her tutorial on the mushrooms, I did the rain tutorial, and then I just tried to follow the colours as best I could. But yeah, that was that one. I really want to colour this more in memory of her, but I'm just so happy with how that turned out, and I hope that she enjoyed colouring that page when she was here. So, this is Twilight Garden by Maria Troll. I have all of Maria Troll's books, but this one is definitely not my favourite, and the only thing I have done is I have started a watering can. So that's that one. Dream Reese. I've done 1 page in this one. I need to come back to this. The paper is so lovely and thick, and I love it. This one didn't take me long at all. You might be able to see I've done a very light pastel background, and because this is so smooth, it doesn't pick up the colour very well. You do have to push down quite hard to get the pastel to show, which is a shame, but I like the colour palette, and yeah, that's that one. Okay, now we come to Skinny Teased, which is Nightfall, or what was it called? Oh my gosh, so this is the Dutch version, of the Swedish book, which in English is Nightfall, but I can't remember the Swedish title. Skymning's Timon, that's it. And this paper is so lovely and thick. It's almost as thick as the June Reese paper, which is also Dutch, for Vivi Socket and Van. So I did kind of do this one in order. Got this one, I did this on an inset day. I love how that turned out. Got this one. My colouring has definitely improved. Don't know whether I will actually ever complete this, because some of them are very detailed, but love this one. I put Wink of Stella on all of the snow. And these actually have references, so I have referenced them. I love the eggs. This was the first page that I did in this book. The dormice. This one. I don't think I necessarily needed to outline these mushrooms, but I did. This butterfly. Again, this is one of the butterflies from the Menuet de Bonheur page. I've redone this type of butterfly a lot, and you'll see it also in World of Flowers. This one, I love my blue poppies, and overall I just really like the page. This is one I did for Easter. This one I started and didn't finish. Sad about that. This, I'm actually really happy with the hedgehog and the apple. I didn't know if it was going to turn out that great, but I'm really happy with that one. This is when I started and didn't finish. That was a recent one actually, but oh well. And this one, and I made her Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and I feel like the hair could be a lot better if I did it now, but overall I'm happy with it. And that is it for Schematised. This is my most recent book, Telecom, and I wish I had waited for it to come out on Amazon, because I've only done 3 pictures and I spent all that money, and I guess I could have waited until it had come out, but oh well. Also, the paper is very thin. It's smooth and thin, but I know the paper, the English paper, the one that Gibbs Smith, that's quite toothy, so I don't know. Anyway, I did this Wren, whatever it is, I can't remember. I've done this one. I feel like the squirrel was okay. Could have been a bit better, but I think it's good for one of my first times doing fur. And then the most recent page, I absolutely love. I only did this about 2 weeks ago. Is this one. I'm so happy. And this is the red combination that I was talking about. So all you need is a few dark reds. I think it is PC924 and PC923, and then maybe a slightly orangey red. And then you need PC1013, which is Deco Peach, and you use the Deco Peach to blend all of the reds together instead of using white, or instead of making it just really dark reds. I'm so happy with how that turned out, and overall, I mean, it took me ages, but I'm so happy with it. And if you would like a tutorial on how I did the, I don't know, is it fern? I don't know. If you would like a tutorial on that, I can do it here, but I am just so happy with this. I think it's probably one of the best Christmas pictures that I did this season. So that's that one. Sorry, I need another drink. Okay, so now we come to Waltzes for the Seasons. I've done 2 pages in this, and I've still got the paper in this. Okay, where is it? I've done 2 in this, so I need to find... Ah, here we go. Here's the thing. Now, my aim in this postcard book is to just use the 24 Norris Club Staedtler pencils. And they are so hard, and you really, they practically burnish themselves. Because they're so hard, they glide across the page, and they're not like Prismacolors, they don't leave white space, which is great. So I have tested myself with the blending and the shading with the fur, because all it has is a few greys, a couple of browns and a white. I kind of had to make the fur up myself because it doesn't have really a French grey, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then this one again was the 24 pencils. I did use on these big snowflakes some pencil, but then I went over all of the snowflakes with some glitter felt tip pens. I think they're called, oh my gosh, Giosso. I can't remember, I'm so sorry, but they're very good. And because they are felt tips, they did bleed through slightly, but shadow, but I don't really mind. I'm going to keep them in here anyway, and I'm not giving, it doesn't really matter because they're one-sided anyway, but if I was to give them to someone, I'm sure they wouldn't mind. So that's Waltzes for the Seasons by Kanoko Agusa. Now we come to all of the Rita Berman books. Now I don't have all of them, and I haven't coloured on all of them. So I've got mine, Frühling Spaziergang, and Die Welt unter der Lupe zu Wasser, which I haven't coloured in, but they are in my collection, and I really want to colour in them soon. Then we have Mein Spaziergang durch die Jahrzeiten, I don't know, but this one I've done one page in, because I don't have all of her seasons books. I figured this would be quite a good one to do, but that was a very simple one, and I'm happy with that, so that's that one. And then I have Die Welt unter der Lupe zu Lande, which is the book I've done the most pages in from one of hers. And this is quite recent, all of this, so this is what my colouring actually looks like. These are all the leaves that I haven't done. This is the first page that I did. I tried to resemble those eggs, and I mostly use oil-based pencils in these because they just work really well on this paper. That was some leaves I haven't finished. That was a wreath. And that was berries. And that's it. So they're the Rita Berman books. And then we have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, which, as you know, I've finished all of. So if you want to see this completed, please head over to my YouTube channel, where you will see the first ever video I've done. This is the second video, but the first video is a completed flip through of this. So if you would like to see that properly, please go over. Okay, my second to last book is Crock Sagna by Emily Lyde Hollowberg, and I prefer this so much more to Fairy Tales. I love it. So I followed Always Coloring's tutorial mainly. I didn't do the deer exactly the same, but the flowers were pretty much the same. I really like how it turned out. Then I did the Father Christmas one for this season, and I did the same red colour palette on the bow in Botanicum, and I really like how this turned out. And I love the tree. I love that green colour combination. It is, and I'll tell you, one of the Faber-Castell classics. I think it's 172 or something. I don't know. Then it's the green. I think it's pale vermilion or something from the Prismacolors, and then it's a lighter Faber-Castell classic. If you want to know that, just leave it in the comments and I can tell you properly what it is. But I love that green colour combination. So one more, and it's these foxes. I did the foxes and I left everything else. I hadn't done the scarves, I'd just done the bodies. And then I thought, oh, I'm going to come and finish it. And it was kind of wintry anyway because of their scarves and stuff, so I figured I'll do it. And I think I finished that probably about 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago maybe. But yeah, that's Crock Sagna. And this is the book that I am currently colouring. This is World of Flowers by Joanna Basford, and I love it so much, and I really want to finish it before her new book comes out. So this was the nameplate page. I have written my name, it's just in light grey. It might not turn up very well. This one was kind of the same but a bit different of a version that I did for Joanna Basford's colouring competition. So I redid that, but I added some green in because I didn't really like the yellows that were being used. So I did that one. And I only put glitter on little accents, like the butterflies. So we've got this one. And these are all current. These are from the last month or two. The wallpaper page, I wanted to get a few of them out of the way because I absolutely really don't like them. This was a mixture of Chris Chang's tutorial. I also followed a kind of a tutorial for these flowers. I can't remember who by, but the background was all her tutorial, and then I kind of just did my own thing for most of the other things. I really like how the dandelions came out though. I was trying to make it as accurate as possible to hers. Missed one. This one I also did. Love that one too. Oops. I'm working on this one currently. It's going to be a slow one because mandalas are always slow and a bit boring. But that's that one. We have this one, and again I've put glitter on this butterfly and nothing else because I feel like it's quite nice to put them on just the things. This is the rush of the flowers. This took a while. I think I managed to do it in a day or two though because I really wanted to get it done. And this was the huge double page spread that I did because there aren't too many double page spreads in this book, but I wanted to get a few out of the way. So I did. And finally I did this little folk art page, and I really like this one. I'm happy with it, and it didn't take long at all. So that is, well, the flowers. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. It's been so long, and it wasn't too much of a trouble to make, but I really enjoyed doing it, and I like watching these videos as well. So this was a completed pages video, but I'm probably going to be doing completed pages videos for each month. So at the end of the month I'll do them, unless I've hardly got any pictures done in that month, in which case I'll probably just show them in a colour and chat video or something, because sometimes I don't get a lot done. It depends how much homework I have. It depends if I'm in the mood to colour quickly or slowly or whatever. So anyway, I'm really sorry about how long this video was and the fact that I've got a bit of a cold, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!